Have you seen a rogue lately? Like out in Azeroth? On retail servers? I ask because people seem to think nobody's playing rogue these days, and based on the stats, they're right. Sure, these stats are from March 1st, early access, so that explains all those druids. Surely more people are playing rogue now. I mean, while leveling one for this video, I actually saw 3 other rogues. Oh. Yes, 10 days after the launch of the expansion, Rogue is still battling Evoker for least popular class. And Evoker, a relatively new race-locked class, is just barely beating Rogue to the bottom. Well, maybe people don't like leveling a Rogue first. I didn't level my Priest first either, and it's almost at the bottom too. So let's see what people were playing in the last season of the War Within the Mythic Plus. Oh, yeah. Rogues don't make it past the bottom half here either, not in the whole season, not in the pre-patch, and also not in Raid. But why? What happened to rogues? And why are some classes way more popular than others? Like a 10% gap in popularity. And even the jump from Rogue and Evoker to the next class up, Monk, is 2.5%. I'm focusing on Rogue in this video mainly because I don't have a lot of experience with Evoker, so I can't speak on it outside of saying you're locked into a skinny dragon that doesn't wear transmog on your character screen, and the healing spec sounds way too complicated.
I'll set Cosmo back 2 minutes. Redo!
I do, however, have plenty of experience playing a rogue. In fact, at least 33% of my WoW playtime, 95 times 24 human hours, have been on rogue. A pretty wide gap to my second most played class, Paladin. My OG rogue that I made when I was home sick from school in 2007
I'm old, Gandalf.
is probably the closest I've ever been to having a forever main. But I also don't really play rogue anymore. Sure, I'll eventually level it every expansion. I mean, that character has been here for almost 20 years at this point, be rude not to. I also want to enjoy rogue more than I actually enjoy it. Before we dive deeper into the reasons why rogue might not be popular compared to classes like Paladin, Druid, and Hunter, it's good to know that rogue has never been the most popular class in the game. Here's a post from 9 years ago asking basically the same question I'm asking, and one from 14 years ago, and one from last week. Rogues didn't suddenly become super unpopular or bad, but despite some good quality of life changes over the years, anyone remember how slow you'd walk in stealth without the Night Stalker talent in Vanilla or Classic? The devs really haven't changed Rogue to be more fun, interesting, or rewarding. So why are most players avoiding Rogue in favor of specs like Retribution Paladin and Beast Mastery Hunter? Like Hunter, Rogue is one of 4 DPS-only classes, but why do Hunter, Warlock, and Mage have double or even triple the representation? It might come down to people having a preference for ranged specs or role variety. Rogue has neither of those. It's actually the only melee class in the game that can't flex to another role. If you're playing Rogue, you're playing a melee combo point using DPS spec. The 2 most popular classes right now, Paladin and Druid, have plenty of variety. Looking back at my main picking process, being able to swap to a healing spec and also having a tanking spec for easy soloing are major reasons why I picked Paladin as my midnight main. But it can't be the only reason Paladin is popular because Monk, the 3rd class that can do it all, is down near the bottom with Rogue and Evoker. Paladin's a good thematic fit for Midnight, but people also just really love playing Retribution. I'll bet that a lot of people playing Paladin never even switch to Protection or Holy. Retribution has a nice smooth playstyle, low skill floor, and a lot of utility. Heals, shields, single target stun, AoE disorient, battle res. Rogue, once the king of crowd control, has a stun if you're willing to trade damage for it. And blind is not even an AoE disorient anymore, rest in peace. If you want to stay alive, you got good defenses and fairness, but you need to be prepared for the damage before it happens. I mean, Crimson Vial is a heal over time. While the rogue specs have all gotten easier to play over the years, their skill floor is still higher than most specs, and that doesn't mean it's more fun or rewarding to play a rogue. The main issue with rogue is its main resource, energy. You need it to build combo points to do damage, but energy regeneration can feel extremely slow. And I think this is also the reason why rogues suck to level, because it takes quite a while before you can take the talents that help restore your energy, like Thistle Tea. I mean, it's better than in Vanilla when you had to carry physical Thistle Tea. I mean, it's better than in Vanilla when you had to carry physical Thistle Teas, but also, ew. Why is this still a thing? As I said, I leveled my rogue as an experiment for this video. Don't worry, I haven't abandoned my paladin or priest, and oh my god, I accidentally didn't talent into Thistle Tea for a while and it was rough. Like I thought I needed more survivability with my squishy leather ass assassination rogue, but I actually needed more energy and survivability. It's not impossible to play the game solo as a rogue, but killing even a single mob takes way more effort than most other classes. And my bad, honestly, for leveling this after Protection Paladin, which lets me mow down entire quest areas with a single Divine Toll and Hammer of Light. On Assassination Rogue specifically, it feels like you're constantly energy starved, but that's because it's surprisingly easy to play this easy spec wrong. And the real energy regeneration doesn't kick in until you get the Apex talent, which can give you up to 80% increased energy regeneration for 5 seconds if you manage to use Envenom 5 times before the buff drops, and then you need to let it run out so you can use that Apex talent. That's on top of managing the dots and useless maintenance buffs like Slice and Dice, which somehow is still in the game after 22 years. Oh cutie, hi! I'm not saying Rogue should be easier or that Assassination shouldn't use dots, by the way, but I am saying that the Rogue specs I'm most familiar with, Assassination and Outlaw, require a lot more to get into than a lot of other DPS specs, and Rogue has less overall variety or an easy way to enjoy solo content. Out of the 3 other DPS only classes, 2 have a pet that can tank for you, and Mage has Frost, which can kill things before they ever reach you. Basically, I'm saying that Rogue is this meme. Thematically, there also isn't much drawing people to Rogue. I started playing Rogue when I was an edgy teenager / Hitman fan, but Rogue is a low fantasy class in a fantasy game with alright animations, confused class fantasy, mid-transmogs outside of some sets, Bloodfang my precious, and very bland hero talents. I actually switched from Protection Paladin back to Rogue in late Shadowlands because I didn't like the removal of Holy Power from Avenger's Shield, only to be hit with the blandest hero talents in the game. Oh, you flip a coin. How engaging. It's a bad feeling going from a Protection Paladin that can do this, or a Void Weaver Shadow Priest that can do this, to, look, an RNG coin. I didn't really enjoy my time leveling Rogue again or the brief moments I spent at max level, and that's a shame because there were some cool moments in there that made it feel like it was the right fit for the expansion. I'm playing the same spec as Valera, my Delve buddy. How cool is that? Being a Rogue lets you bypass having to kill anyone in one of the Murder Rogue quests because who knew RP elements in your class mattering still existed in this MMO RPG? On that note, playing a Blood Elf Paladin this expansion has been wild too, because the guards will run up to you and kneel. My ego will never survive. Going back to Rogue, I think my biggest dream for the class is getting another role added. Remember that leaked survey from a few months ago? Tank Rogue would be so cool and not even weird because they could be tanks in Season of Discovery. And if Demon Hunters can tank, why not Rogue? I'd also like, maybe even prefer, a healer rogue, but that's because I think every spec a companion NPC can play in this game should be a viable option for players too. Like the War Within had the tank shaman in the Rookery, Bran as a healer and tank hunter, and now we got our girl Valera throwing blood vials that turn into hearts. I've said it in a comment recently, but if healer rogue ever becomes a thing, I will drop any other class in the game like a hot potato. Anyway, is there any class you avoid like the plague? Is it Rogue? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.